Welcome to EQUITY.GURU. My name's Parry. I'm the guy that runs the joint. Today's rant is against a company that we've known about for, I guess, about 5 years or so. It's been probably a one-time client way back in the day. The company we're talking about today is Choom Holdings. I got a note from a reader who said, hey, I'm into Choom. I'm buying all the way down. It seems really cheap. I've been underwater for a while, and at this price, at half a cent, I'm still buying. What do you think? Man, oh boy. What a dumpster fire of a fucking company this is. Jesus Christ. So Choom came out the gates as a lifestyle brand dispensary chain. Couple of market guys raised a bunch of money, spent it all on putting out the usual Apple Store cannabis dispensary that nobody's really ever asked for. Like, the last time I went to do a dispensary, all I wanted was a fucking price list that I could read instead of something that's moving constantly and I have to wait there for a minute and a half for the beverages to show up. Like, I don't want beautiful neon cases that are protected from view. I don't want to go and sniff a product that I'm not going to actually buy. Just tell me what the fuck the product does. Give me a decent price. Make sure there's enough consistency there that it hasn't been sitting on the shelf for 8 months, and I'm good. I don't need an Apple store. Like, I don't need an Apple store to buy apples. Why would I need an Apple store to buy cannabis products? But I digress. Every goddamn dispensary chain out there decided back in the day when raising money was easy and business plans weren't really picked through by people in any great way that they could just spend $1 million a store to jazz it all up, make it look super duper fine, and that people would come in and buy a plant at an Apple store. Man, like, honest to God, I don't understand this mindset. Like, honestly, you just need a comfortable place to go. Someone says, hey, how would you like some products? And you go, yeah, I'll have that one, that one, that one. Done. It doesn't have to look like a Donnelly Group pub, you know? Like, it doesn't have to look like that every order is going to be a $5 surcharge to cover the electricity bill. Like, Choom just didn't get it any more than anyone else got it. And now, here we are, 5-6 years later. Is it 5 years later? When did they start off? They started off in 2017. So yeah, 5 years later, it went from 22 cents to $1.40 plus. And then since then has just wiped out all sorts of riches on its way down to zero. This is a 17-store chain, 3 stores in BC that are apparently making money, and then a bunch in Alberta because Alberta was an easy place to get stores open for a while, and Ontario because Ontario just gives stores to anybody that asks for it. Like, there's 6,500 fucking stores out there. Apparently they're giving cannabis away in cereal boxes in Ontario. But I digress. The only way to make money with cannabis, it's not growing it because too many rules in case you're selling it to medical patients. Eventually it commoditized to next to nothing. And it's not processing it because now everybody's had a chance to process it. And it's not in brands because you can't market your brands. All the brands are just kind of smoothed out. Everybody's got 0.01% of the market. So where's the money? Is it in retail? Not particularly. Not if you're spending $1.2 million per store in building the store. And that's just ridiculous. You could set up a nice little suburban store with all the rules followed, with everything nice and inviting, comfortable, for $100 grand. $1 million, you can build a McDonald's for $1 million. You can build a freaking high-end restaurant for $1 million. Why on earth would you build a big custom retail space, only 5% of which is actually being used, and the rest of which is just display that you're actually not allowed to display because the marketing rules are all weird? You can't see anything from the outside, so why spend the money? Why not just say, 50 grand, we've got a fridge in the back, we've got a counter, we've got a little display. $1.2 million per store is what this company currently owes, and it is now going to creditor protection with the BC Supreme Court because it can't pay its bills. It owes a bunch of money to Aurora, which has already written off a bunch of that investment in return for a $6 million debenture, which Choom can't pay. Choom currently is what are they doing? They're losing like $5 million on $4 million of revenue. Like, where is your money going? What are you doing? And they're blaming the fact that the Alberta landscape is competitive to why they can't make money, saying that discount retailers have popped up and with their stock matching, pricing matching program that they can't make any money. So stop bloody price matching. Stop competing with value buds and start actually delivering a primo service. What is a primo service in cannabis? How about a little bit of knowledge about the product that you're selling? An experience where someone will say, here is what I'm looking for. Can you help me with that product? How about getting rid of 90% of your goddamn brands and just focusing on the ones that you know are quality? No, instead, they churn 15 times a year. They churn their product. Right? That tells me that lots of the time, the products that they actually have in stock aren't in stock. If you're churning all your product, that means people are saying, can I have the this? No, we're out of that. Can I have the this? No, we're out of that. This is a bad customer experience. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, and maybe Obama once smoked marijuana in Hawaii, and that's the basis of your entire fucking brand structure. But here's the thing. It's supposed to be a business. You're supposed to, for every $100,000 that comes in, you're supposed to spend less. You're not supposed to spend $200,000. And none of this has taken this company by surprise. Choom has always been losing money on every gram it sells. Its thinking was eventually the market will come back and we'll be able to raise money to pay off our debts and continue on. Or we'll be able to sell it. God damn, we'll be able to sell this thing to someone who really wants it and we'll get all our money back. But you know what? There's so many thousands of cannabis retailers in the country. Nobody's interested. There are more cannabis retailers in Vancouver than supermarkets. Who thinks this is a good business model? So Choom, I'm sorry, dude, that has the Choom investment. Your investment is going to zero. I'm sorry. Buying stock at 0.5 cent to average down is not the way to go. Choom is a dumpster fire. It is dead. It is useless. There are maybe 3 stores out of the 17 that'll be worth anything. The rest, they'll be on the hook for their leases. They'll be empty, but still being paid for. It is a dead company. People who are involved in running it should never run another pubco. It should be worn around their necks like an anchor till the end of time, but it won't be because this is the cannabis space, and everyone in the cannabis space blames the markets for the fact that they can't run a damn business selling a drug. You know, if dickheads in college can do it out the back of their dorm room closet and make money, how do you guys? So Choom, ticker symbol CHOO, it is currently seeking creditor protection. It will go to zero. There will be nothing for them to sell that can cover their losses. If you still hold stock in Choom, you have lost your money. It is gone. And this was probably still the case in 2019 when it was at 15 cents down from $1.50, and everyone kept saying, well, cannabis is coming right back. Come on, man, walk into the stores, have a look. They're empty. They're too expensive. They don't sell any product. There are dispensaries that know what they're doing, that sell product and are doing great. I have an investment in a private company, Village Bloomery, that is doing great guns. There are other brands like Nova that has the value buds in Alberta and Ontario, and they're killing it because they're discounting. You know what they don't do in a discount store is make it look like a goddamn Apple store. Smarts know how to run a business. Sorry, Choom investors, but your day is done.